Welcome back to another episode of the NASCAR 25 Career Mode. We're coming off a 19th place finish at Michigan. A race we felt we could have won, but a mix of strategy issues, controller malfunctions, and a couple other things took that chance away from us. But we're getting set to head into Lime Rock Park. But first, we're going to get a word from Dale Jr. and the Dale Jr. Download.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. with my co-host TJ Majors for the Dale Jr. Download, and some tough news around the industry. This storm this week has really ground things to a halt. A lot of the teams are, the employees just aren't able to get to work, and so it's slowed down the processes and the preparation.
Yeah, sounds like this team was hit real hard. No power in their shop for almost a week, so the race prep has been almost at a standstill for them. Really hard times.
Yeah, they'll still be able to get prepared, get to the racetrack, but it's got to affect their performance over the course of the weekend, maybe even longer, while they deal with this setback.
Yeah, it's going to take them reaching out and gaining some more resources from other areas and just to put everything together, because getting these cars ready to go to the racetrack is not an easy task.
Yeah, one of the things that happens too, when we've experienced this in the past is, there's a storm moves through town, whether it's, people get snowed in, ice or what have you, and nobody's traveling in the morning. Employees, when they do come back, it takes them sort of a while to get reintegrated into their processes, what they were working on, and to get them back into the speed at which they were accomplishing and the efficiency that they had going at the time. And so it's even when the team does come back to the shop, they don't really go right back to where they were in terms of efficiency right away. So these things take some time, and it's unfortunate. It hits some teams harder than others, depending on where your race shop is located. So we'll see how this works out. Hopefully they can overcome this weekend.
Yeah, this is going to be some long-term effects too, because these guys aren't just preparing cars for this weekend's race. They're preparing cars for next weekend's and the following weekends as well. So this is going to be a lasting effect on this race team.
So unfortunately, a major storm came through the area, and it means we won't have as much time to prepare for this weekend. We're going to have limited amount of work points, which is not good in the first place, but we also have a heavily damaged body and chassis, so we're not going to be anywhere near 100% for this race. Based on that, we're actually just going to see what they recommend us to do here. There's not much we can do. We don't have a ton of extra money for parts. We can afford to buy a level 5 part for something, but I don't know if it would be worth it to spend the money right now. So we're actually going to just see if there's anything we have left over that we could replace with. We'll actually swap out our chassis for level 4. We do have the brand new level 4 engine as well. But it's just kind of unfortunate with how rough the week went. There's only so much you can do. But I'm also not too worried about it, since we are coming up on a road course race at Lime Rock Park. We will actually go in and buy the level 4 body, so that'll leave us with about $10,000 left. And now we can actually focus on trying to get some of the other parts repaired. We will also go in and actually put in the level 4 engine. Just kind of a sucky situation. So we will have the level 4 body, chassis, engine with the level 5 suspension, but only the body and engine are at 100% here for Lime Rock Park. But again, I'm not overly worried about it. We currently sit 13th in points. LeVar Scott has a 13-point lead over Jake Finch. Brendan Queen, still yet to win a race this season, sits third, then Lawless Allen and Isabella Robusto, the top 5. Currently 9 points out of 12, but we'll get set to head in to race number 10 at Lime Rock Park.
Welcome to this weekend's NASCAR racing action. As the best drivers in the world put it all on the line, pushing the limits lap after lap, and chasing that checkered flag. Buckle up, grab your seats, and get ready to feel the fun. The action starts now. The cars are out on the track practicing for this weekend's race.
All right, let's go get some practice laps in, see what we got.
Here we are now getting set for practice. One thing I will say, for the road courses, we will be using the roof cam. It's just easier to see everything around on the roof cam, just the way the chase cam is. But the goal is a 59.116 here in practice. We'll come across the line and run a 55.369, which is easily enough to meet the goal. And it'll be enough to put us 6th quick here in practice. William Sawalch goes fastest over Tyler Reif, Isabella Robusto, Lawless Allen, and Brendan Queen, the top 5. Then it's me in 6th, Huddleston, Keller, Scott, and Jankowiak, the top 10.
It's time for qualifying. Drivers are on the track. Fatten the clock for a shot at the pole.
All right, we're up.
Here we are now for qualifying. It is group qualifying. We're only going to run like a lap or two here for the road courses when it is group. But we'll get set here. The goal is a 1-minute 1:3:11. We're going to come out of the final corner, actually get by Ed Pompa coming to the line. And it's going to be a 54.963, easily enough to meet the goal. And it puts us 5th quick here for Group 1. Robusto tops the charts for that. Now we'll see where that puts us overall as Group 2 is going out. We go 8th quickest, William Sawalch on the pole over Tyler Reif, Isabella Robusto, Lawless Allen, and Brendan Queen round out the top 5. Keller, Huddleston, myself, Jankowiak, and Scott, the top 10.
Let's go trackside now for the command to start this Arkham Car Series race. Drivers, start your engines!
Crank it up now, time to go.
Here we go now, coming to the green for the first road course race of our career. Green flag is in the air, and William Sawalch will lead us down into turn 1. So we're going to get up through the gears now, easy on the brakes into turn 1, trying not to make a ton of contact. Huddleston cleared us. We do get aggressive, make a little bit of a tap to the side of Trevor Huddleston. Huddleston, though, with a good exit. We'll try to go around the outside of him in turn 2, really try to just rotate the car. Got a good exit off, and we will clear Huddleston here for the 7th spot. Tyler Reif moves up into the lead. We're going to get aggressive now, look for a move on Kyle Keller. This is probably the most difficult corner in the track. The car gets really light, even sometimes picking up air, but we'll move up to the 6th spot, make the move complete. Now get aggressive, got into the back of Brendan Queen just a tad. So we'll head off into the final corner. So we're able to make up 2 spots here on the opening lap, and we got a good run out of the final corner now, looking to make the move maybe on Brendan Queen. looking up the inside down into turn 1, side by side with the Pinnacle Racing Group number 28. We'll try to run him out a little bit wide, keep him out of the grass though, but we'll move up into the top 5. Next up is Lawless Allen. Queen looking to come back at us though into turn 2. We're able to hold him off. And we actually got a great run through turn 3 on Allen. That closes the gap up just a bit. So we'll now get on the brakes, start to head up the hill. Again, being very careful through third gear, trying not to spin the tires over the crest. So a good start so far though, able to make up 3 spots here. We're about to come to the end of lap 2, a little bit wide through the final corner. But we'll get another good exit down the main straightaway. Got a little bit of the draft off of Lawless Allen. So we'll head down into 1 yet again. Lime Rock Park, you're able to make moves here. There's not a ton of really designed passing zones, but you're honestly able to make a move almost anywhere on this track. So we've closed the gap now to the back bumper of the Venturini Motorsports number 20. All over the back bumper, a little bit of a worse exit than Allen, as he's going to get a good run down this small straightaway. Now through the right-hander over the crest, closing the gap yet again on Allen. Thought about it making a move there, thought better of it though. We get right up on the back bumper of the 20 though, looking to the inside in the final corner, but he got such a good run out of that second to last corner. So we get a good run down the front straightaway now. Lawless Allen under pressure. We're going to look up his inside. Looking down the inside now into turn 1. Can we make the move stick on Allen? Got aggressive, got on the curb. Allen really aggressive, getting on the throttle, trying to clear us. We fight back though, made a little bit of contact, got the 20 a little bit loose. Now we'll try to fight around the outside of Lawless Allen. Pinch him off a little bit through turn 2. And we will clear the number 20 now. Up into the 4th spot here on lap number 4. Next up, Isabella Robusto is open the gap up a little bit through our battle. We're going to run wide, nearly catch the tires. Able to keep it straight and out of the wall. And now we look to try and close down the gap to the 55 car. So we'll come through the final corner. The gap a little bit gaining there for Robusto. We're just trying everything we can to maybe run down this 55 car. So far, already a good run for us. Qualifying 8th is huge, especially with the rough week, with how little we were able to work on the car due to the big storm. But we're closing the gap again here on Isabella Robusto now for the 3rd spot. We will have to make a pit stop in this race, just 1, as we're coming now, getting set to head up the hill. Closing the gap, though, on Robusto. We pulled out a little bit of a gap to Lawless Allen as well. Now through the second to last corner, getting set to go back down the hill into the last corner. This final corner at Lime Rock Park really can be difficult, as it's easy to kind of misjudge. If you hit too much of the curb, it will get your car in the air. You'll go off into the grass. But we have been really good on the brakes into turn 1. As you can see there visually, we were gaining a ton on Robusto under braking for turn 1. And here in turn 2. Now we're taking a bit of a wider arc line through turn 2, trying to just diamond it off a little bit. And it's kind of helped us gain here on the 55 car as we get set to head back up the hill here on lap 6. The gap to Robusto is closing. It's still Tyler Reif out front over William Sawalich. Isabella Robusto runs 3rd. We run 4th. Lawless Allen, the final spot in the top 5. Good exit off the final corner, still closing the gap on the Robusto machine onto lap number 7. Get hard on the brakes into turn 1, closing the gap on Isabella now. Trying to get a good run through this first corner. We closed it even more through the corner. Little bit of a slide coming on exit, but nothing to be worried about. Another good run through turn 2. That gap closing quick to the 55. A good corner there. But Robusto able to get a nice exit, pulls the gap just a little bit. So we'll head off into the corner now, getting set to go up the hill. Into the second to last corner, this right-hander, also easy to misjudge on exit. We got a good run through there. Now coming into the final corner, trying to be aggressive, trying to gain any time we can on the 55 car. Good exit now onto the front straightaway. Lap traffic will be an issue soon. We've got 10 laps to go here at Lime Rock Park. We're closing the gap on Robusto. Now we are still looking for that first career win. We got so close at Kansas. We had such a good run earlier in the year at Bristol and Rockingham. A good run last week that kind of just fell apart. But now we've got a great shot, and it would be huge for the team coming off of the big storm that really made us struggle getting the car ready this week. We got a good exit. Robusto, a big checkup now over the crest. We look to the inside. We made just a slight bit of contact, a little more contact with the 55. You can see a little crinkle to the right rear. Robusto held up by your teammate Staropoli. We went 3 wide for a second through the final corner. Robusto able to come out with the spot. But a huge checkup now. Caleb Costner really early on the brakes. Robusto had to check up, couldn't make the move in time. We nearly got into the back of Isabella, but instead, we'll take over the third spot. We got by Jake Bowman now to put him a lap down. Next up in our sight is William Sawalich for the second spot. So we look to close in on the number 18, Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota Camry. Sawalich, a decent season so far. He sits, I believe, 6th in points, though. Obviously, you expect a lot from William Sawalich and that Joe Gibbs team, as we're going to get a good exit to the corner. Try to close the gap to William Sawalich now. We know the pit window's coming soon. We head down the front straightaway, gaining just a bit halfway through this one. Down into turn 1. Still going to be Tyler Reif out front. Sawalich gets held up a little bit by Cole Raz on the exit of turn 1. To the outside of the 76, put him a lap down now. Trying to just make up some time on the 18 of Sawalich. Fuel light comes on. That means we've got about 2 laps of fuel to go. Sawalich will get by the Goulette machine. We're going to get a good exit up the hill. We'll actually be coming down this time. 4 tires and some fuel. Just 2 laps of fuel remaining currently. A little bit wide on the exit. We did take a bit of a shallow entry coming through the final corner now. Tyler Reif is coming in. Sawalich stays out. We get aggressive, trying to make up as much time into the pits as we can. We'll come down for our pit stop now. So we make this slow roll down pit road here to our pit stall. As Cole Raz just crashed into the wall behind us. But he's going to make just a fuel-only stop. He gets back going. There goes Zachary Tinkle behind us. Our 4 tires stop is done. It will be a 15.9 second stop. And huge. We actually came out ahead of Tyler Reif, who was the leader when he came in. We come out in the 13th spot. But that is huge for us, as now we're net P1. But Reif getting back up to speed a lot quicker than us. Sawalich into the pits now. As Robusto will take over the lead. Reif right on our back bumper. We got a good exit down, or a good run through the straightaway. They're side by side up ahead. We'll look to close in on this battle. David Smith, Tanner Reif. And I can't quite tell who that third car is as we're closing in on this battle. Looking aggressive. We get by Reif. It was Zachary Tinkle that was the other car in this fight. We get by all 3 of them just on the exit of the final corner. up into the 9th spot as we come out ahead of Sawalich as well, but we way overcooked it in turn 1 into the grass. Luckily not going to lose a spot. We do lose some time though. So we'll head off into turn number 2 now. Cole Raz running in the 30th spot still. We'll get back by him, putting him a lap down. Robusto staying out another lap. Isabella really trying to push her car to the limits of the fuel mileage. We currently sit in the 9th spot behind Greg Van Alst. It's a little bit of a moment there coming over the crest, but we are pushing as hard as we can, trying to pull away from Sawalich and Reif, as well as trying to close the gap to Robusto to get rid of the advantage she would have from taking less fuel at the end of this one. So we'll now come across the stripe, move up into the 7th spot. Heading into turn 1, we're going to get aggressive look to the inside of Van Alst. But Brad Smith coming out of the pits really makes us check up. We're 3 wide for a second there in turn 1. We'll get by Van Alst, got back by Bowman, and we'll look around the outside of Brad Smith, putting him a lap down on us. So we're able to jump up into the 6th spot now. Robusto continues to remain on the racetrack. She is pushing the fuel mileage of her car as we'll now head over the crest yet again. Next up is Jake Finch in line. New leader Kyle Keller taking over the lead now. So head off into turn number 1. We're heading off into the final corner. Jason Kitzmiller, the next car up ahead. It looks like he's going to be pitting. And that's Ryan Roulette coming in. Jake Finch pits. LeVar Scott came in. We're now up into the 3rd spot. Robusto actually did pit that time. That was my fault. Keller now the last car on the racetrack, but Robusto able to come out ahead of us by quite a bit. So now the goal is going to be running down that 55 car. There is plenty of lap traffic to try and get around. But we're back up to the 3rd spot where we were when we came into the pits. So we're now in behind Ed Pompa. Leader coming in, that's Kyle Keller coming to make his pit stop. We'll get aggressive on Ed Pompa, get by him. And again, the chase is on, trying to run down Isabella Robusto for a first career win. Coming on to lap number 15, the laps winding down here at Lime Rock Park. We move up into the 2nd spot, getting by Keller. That's Robusto just up ahead, trying to make a move on Brayton Laster to put him a lap down. And she'll be able to get that move done. Laster running 22nd. He's a lap down. We'll go around the outside of the 06 car to get around him. And you can see the gap to Robusto is closing quick. I'm gonna guess she didn't take tires on her pit stop, so her tires have gotta be feeling pretty old. We'll close the gap now. Coming over the crest, she's gonna get held up behind D.L. Wilson. We'll make the move on both of them to the lead here at Lime Rock Park. And after such a rough week coming into this weekend, where we knew we weren't going to be able to fully repair the car, we actually dropped down a level for our engine. But we now lead here at Lime Rock Park for good. So now we hit 2 laps to go here in this one. So we'll close in on the back of Alex Club. Now the goal is to just hold on to the lead, try to maintain the gap. We've already pulled a big one out to Robusto, who has got to be struggling a bit on those older tires. He got by Club as well as the other lap car now. It's just about maintaining for a lap and a half. Coming over the hill, this is where we could lose it. We run a little wide, but all good. Kept it straight on the exit of the corner. No slide. Robusto still holds on to 2nd over Sawalich. Reif runs 3rd. We run wide. Luckily, do not get a slowdown. Lawless Allen in the 5th spot. Our fuel light comes on, but we're not too worried about that. That means we got 2 laps of fuel left. Coming to the white flag. Final lap here underway at Lime Rock Park. Can we pick up our first career win and do it on a road course? Something we've never run in our career. We'll get by Staropoli. Next up, Jake Bowman. We'll look around his outside. make that move. Next up, Michael Maples running in the 19th spot. He'll go a lap down. We get a little aggressive, make contact with Maples, got sideways, but we'll clear him for the lead, or keep the lead. Sawallish has moved into second. Rife, Allen, Queen all getting by Robusto now. But we come over the hill for the final time, and this one got a little loose. We'll look to the inside of Keneally. Heading into the second to last corner, we clip the curb just a little bit. But one more corner to go here at Lime Rock Park. We'll head through the final corner, and we'll be ARCA Menard Series winners. Coming from the Discovery race, will win at Lime Rock Park. From Kokomo Speed Week to the ARCA Menard Series Discovery race to now winners at the Lime Rock Park 100. We've won our first career ARCA Menard Series race, and it comes at a road course, which is something we did not have a background of. William Sawallish comes home second, Tyler Rife in third, Wallace Allen fourth, Brendan Queen fifth, Kyle Keller, Trevor Huddleston, Andy Jankowiak, and LeVar Scott and Corey Day round out the top 10. So we pick up our first career win. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the NASCAR 25 Career Mode. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will see you next time.